Happy New Year, everybody. Jeremy here, BleepinJeep. So today we're working on the old Chubby Chaser and we're replacing my pinion guard on my 14 bolt. I'll get to why I'm replacing it and why I went with the TMR version. But first, I gotta clean the Jeep. This thing's dirty. I can't work on a dirty Jeep, so I gotta get to washing and then we can work on the Jeep itself. So I got the Jeep washed. Now it's time to start looking at the pinion guard. So if you don't know what a pinion guard is, I don't know exactly how many axles out there have them. I know Ford 9-inches have them as well, and 14 bolts have them. The full float version of a 14 bolt has them. There may be other ones out there. I do know that there's skid plate pinion guard things out there on the market, but I'm not a huge fan of those because it can put stress in other areas because we've seen that, as well as sometimes it takes up about an inch of extra clearance, and on your diffs you need all you can get. But on a 14 bolt, Ford 9-inches, there is pinion guard. So part of that is because the way they're designed, the pinion is removable. So these bolt right here, right where the pinion goes into the housing of the axle, which is just, it wasn't ever designed for a pinion guard. It just so happens that it works great to make a custom pinion guard to go on it. So the TMR one, let's show you right here, is 3/8 of an inch thick right here. It is beef. I mean, I don't even know what it weighs, but it's 5 pounds or something. I don't even know. They send you all the hardware you need to put it on. So why am I replacing the one I got? Well, let's get under the Jeep. I'm going to show you why, and then you're going to understand why I got the bigger one from them, as well as why I'm replacing the one I got. So let's do that. Alright, look at this mess. Look at this guy. I don't know what brand it is. It was on the axle when I bought it, so I used it. And obviously it's done some, or a lot of protecting. I guess I should say some. But it's not 3/8, it's not quarter, so it's probably 5/16. But let's see if you can see how close this is here. There is no way my finger is even getting in there. Look at that. Look how close. It is so close. My finger is. It is incredible how close that is, but yet not hitting my drive shaft at all. So because it's so bent up and it's done its job, I can't get to that lower bolt. So what I'm going to do is take the plasma cutter, I guess, and cut 1, 2, 3, and 4 and cut this part out so I can get down there with an Allen, which again, I don't really care for Allens normally, so I'm glad that the new TMR kit comes with new bolts. In doing so, I've got to take this upper top piece here off of the truss. and take it off, and then the pinion guard will slide over the yoke, thank goodness, so I don't want to take the yoke off. So it should be fairly easy as long as this upper piece right here that's connected to the truss goes back on as it should, just because if you take things apart that get beat up a lot and put back together, they don't always fit the same. But either way, this pinion guard's done a job, but I still can't believe how close this is without it hitting. So I'll take the drive shaft out, and won't be a big deal, but we'll do that. And so let's get started and jack it up and spin the drive shaft so I can take it out and cut this dude out. So you can't see this down here, but it's bent so bad, I'll be able to show you on a workbench, that the bottom 6th bolt, I believe it's broken because it's pulled away from the axle housing itself. There's about a 1/4 inch gap or 3/16 of a gap on the very bottom where the back flange is bent like this. I believe the 6 bolts broke because I can get the Allen on there and spin it with my fingers, but it's not moving. So that means, in my opinion, the bolt broke just getting beat on so much. So at least I don't have to cut anything, I guess. I just need to take off my top piece, and I guess it's going to come off, and then we'll get the broken bolt. Maybe it's not too bad to get out, maybe, I don't know. All the other stuff, even though I said I'm not a fan of Allens, they came right out, which is great. So let's keep moving on. Right. Got a broken ass wrench. Oh, my breaking wrench. Broken. Good thing I brought 2, huh? This that would be a ratcheter. Feel it moving. Is it moving on your side?
Just pushing the wrench. There
we go. Woo! Nick, what do you think?
I really hope I'm upwind from that.
Oh, hell. I just farted all over Nick.
Nope, and I was not upwind.
Alright, let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
See if I can work up another one.
My eyeballs quit burning. Alright.
Your eyeballs? There's the broken bolt. Huh. So. Nick, I thought you said this was going to come out.
It was when you lifted up on that one.
You're delusional.
Yeah.
My boy Nick over here. Alright. It did come out. Look how bent that dude is. So, I like it. Let's clean it up and put the new one on. Hopefully it'll go back on as easy as this one came off. Whoop! So when I got the TMR one, it was unfinished, so I painted it black, which is every color under my Jeep, so that makes sense, right? Now that I've got them out, I've noticed the TMR one is substantially longer than my old one. So I'm guessing that's a good thing, right? Look how much longer that dude is. Obviously it's a lot beefier. I can just feel that by holding it. The back rings are both the same thickness overall. This one on the bottom has a cutout. This one on the bottom has a cutout right here. I don't know if that helped it or hurt it, but either way, look at the flange here. Now I did like this hole because it made it easy to get to my drive shaft U-joint bolts, but I mean that could be part of the reason, the weakness, because that's right in the rigid part right there on the rigid. This has drainage hole too, but again, that's right where the rigid part of it is. So that could have been the reason why it failed. But this bolt ended up not being broken. It just pulled it out and ripped the threads off of it just a little bit. But a new bolt threaded right in there fine, so I don't have to mess with that. I'm feeling like I'm getting somewhat lucky at the moment, as long as I can get the new one back in. But so this is what I was talking about though. Look at this. Hold this together here. So check that out. Can you see that? Look at how bent the back of that is. That's pretty crazy right there. It's pretty incredible. Let's check that out on the bench here. So look at how flat this one sits on the table. Look at that one. Oh my goodness. That is really bent. Like, it's bent on the structural side of this. Like, so, I mean, I know it's where the rocks hit, but for this to bend up, that means this whole plate had to bend up, I guess, right? So, that's pretty wild. Either way, I'm stoked to have a new one, because I was getting kind of worried there that this was going to bend up into my drive shaft and, like, start marring up my drive shaft or whatever. So, I like it. If y'all haven't seen this Loctite in a damn chapstick thing, it's amazing. You just look at that. Look how easy that is. Just rake a little on there. It's the world's easiest stuff. Loctite. What am I dealing with right here? Anti-seize. Look at that. I'm almost home free, ladies and gentlemen. Almost home free. So, this is the weekend after Christmas right now. And it's almost time to go four-wheeling. So, that's my thought. Anyway, is I may go wheeling tomorrow. I don't know. Alright, we're super close. You gotta put the drive shaft in and tighten these 3 bolts up top, then go for a test drive, make sure everything's good to go.
you do? He bopped my head. Somebody else looked at the Jeep.
Hey, how many times do you think I've done that? Bop my damn head coming out from underneath the Jeep.
In there.
Well guys, that's a wrap. We got the old beat up piece of junk off there. Happy to throw that away because I've been worried about that for a little while now, because I've been riding on that one for probably like 3-4 months or so, and then I picked up the TMR one. Keep meaning to do the video, so I hadn't just replaced it because I wanted to make sure I did a video of it, and so I did that. So thanks to TMR for that, and I guess all we gotta do is test drive it now, and then let's go forward with them. Like always, like, subscribe, and comment, and if anything, there's a car coming by. Like always, like, subscribe, and comment, and tell me what you think. Tell me, do you wish you had a pinion guard? Is it the best thing ever? I love it. I wish that my front 60 was that way, so much so that I wouldn't half mind building a 14 bolt for the front end, but that cost a lot of money. So, but that would be really nice, because then you'd have a pinion guard for the front end as well, which in my opinion, the pinion guard for the front isn't as big of a deal as the pinion guard for the back. But either way, so until next time, you guys have a great and happy new year, and to you and your family. What do you say? Happy New Year? How do you say it? What do you say? Do you have a happy new year and a great life or something? What do you say? As always, happy new year. I hope you and your family have a great 2020.